My name is Mary. I'm 26 years old and I'm here in the home of my husband. So I've been a model actually my whole life. As a kid I was always, in love with being in front of the camera, just being in the spotlight. And my parents thought, okay, we can get her into a children model agency. So I started to do a little when I was like 4 or 5, but just like for fun. And then when I was 16, I took part in a competition, in a model competition in my hometown, I would say, in like a shopping center, and I won it. So I won my first modeling contract with 16. And then I finished school with 18, and then after that I started to do it full time. So yeah, because I first wanted to finish school and be just on a edge where I could do something normal, but I chose the model industry, and yeah, that's how it started. No, it was always my passion. I always followed all the big models like Heidi Klum and some of Victoria's Secret models. It was always my thing, and it was my passion, I would say. And then, yeah, I made it happen. So I think for the viewer, to see models, it's very superficial, obviously, and mostly you are an object. But for me, it's more like creating art, like when I'm in front of the camera with a team, doesn't matter if it's a shooting or if we do videos, like commercial, whatever. It's like you have a project, you have a vision in your mind, and what you create out of it, it's bigger. And just I can't really describe the feeling, but being in front of the camera and model, do actually the modeling, it just gives me something, it just makes me feel my best version, I would say. And the most challenging is, I would say, there are some challenging parts, but really that your outward appearance is the main focus. Like your body is your work, what you put into your mind and also body, obviously, is your work. You have to always watch out to look perfect, and that's challenging. So I would say that actually it connects very well, because both have to take care about their bodies, about their diets. You cannot party every weekend. You can't have this crazy life, maybe after the career. But I think that makes it easier, because we both look for our sleep, our diet, our bodies. And I am very independent in my job, so I travel a lot for work. I have to do the things alone, because he can't travel with me. But I think it's good that each one of us has their own focus in their job. So yeah, that's how we try to manage it. I would say you get used to it at some point. In the beginning, it can be very much or a lot, but after time, it's kind of normal. It's like a routine that maybe some people on the streets or whatever on social media, they know you, or they come up to you and say, hey, whatever, can I take a photo? It happens a lot when I'm out with my husband, that people want to take a picture of him, but also opposite, it just happened with me. So yeah, I think it's after a time, it's you get used to it, but at some point I also sometimes question it and say it's crazy, because it's you're just one person in so many billion of people, and there are way more people who are very known. So I think that's the spotlight, but for me, I would say it's not yeah. No, I mean, not live, but for me, I'm not super how should I describe? There are people who are more in the spotlight, so yeah, then it's different, I would say. sacrifice, I would say to not be super spontaneous, because like throughout the whole year, obviously my husband has a lot of games, so every weekend I'm in the stadium mostly when I'm not on a job. I try to make this happen. Then obviously the location where we are living in, the cities, the countries, I follow him where he has to go, and I always tell him I'm going to be your supporter, so it doesn't matter where you want to go, I will follow. And I'm happy that I have this model job because I can be super flexible, I just need an airport very, very close, and then the rest we can just make it happen. But I would say, the most challenging, not challenging, but like the most sad thing about it is that he can't join very important events like birthdays, weddings, like all these big things in life. Also, from our families, that just makes it sad. But yeah, I think he got used to it, but sometimes when I enter events alone, I'm like, it would be nice if he could join. But yeah. Good question. I would say always get time off social media is very important for me, because social media can just be a lot. Traveling can be a lot, airports can be a lot, like being around people can be a lot. So I like to just detach and be in nature, or be in Spain, in our favorite country, and then just be by the beach and get my mind free, to get back. And always progressing. I would say you always have to, what I always do is, like, in the beginning of the year or end of the year, I just sit down and reflect on the year and see, okay, what goals do I have? Like, what can I do better? What I want to do more of, what I want less. So always just analyzing a little and seeing where am I, where I want to go, and what is possible. Yeah.
Is that planning ahead already?
No, actually, I write it down. Like, I think it's always good to manifest, visualize things, but always bring them down on the paper makes it easier for me, and also makes it happen. Like, it makes it become reality. So I share my daily life. I share workouts with them, like health tips. I also have a podcast where I also just, talk about my life, about challenges, about goals with one of my friends. And I would say it's crazy to have like such big amount of people who follow you, who always have an eye on you, who maybe even bring their opinion up, even though you don't ask for it. But obviously you are a public person, so they can, and they can whenever you don't want. So it's crazy that you have kind of what's the name in English now? You have
Tried in
wait. No. You have an influence, yeah. You have a big influence on them. So it doesn't matter what you say or what your opinion is on a topic. They start to do the same, think the same. So I always try to make it, of course, in a positive way, that I have a positive impact on them. Yes, I would say yes, because I always felt like my purpose is to inspire people to do better, do better in their job, do better in their health. Like, I'm very health focused, so I really focus on, just eating well, working out, doing something for my mind and body. So I think that's a positive impact, I would say I like to help people and to give them advices that also help me, So I just like to do my own experience, or have my own experiences, and then just share that with people because I know it works. Mostly not, no. Mostly like I share tips that I just tried out by myself first, yeah. Good good question. I would say that we always work as a team. It doesn't matter how challenging it can be, because relationships are always challenging, and that we both put the same effort into our relationship, and that we are always there for each other, because we both have just challenging jobs and, you know, some things that maybe people who have a different job are not having. But yeah, I would say that we are just always looking for each other, yeah, and do our best to make the other one happy. I would say, of course, I'm the one who's mostly always there when something happens. Like obviously we live together after the games, when he loses or when it's a shit game. Of course, I'm always there to help, to bring up some positive words, whatever. But he deals with it always, or mostly, but by himself. So I just try to be there and just offer my help. But in the end, yeah, he's
got his own space.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so right now I'm about to host, or me and my friend, we're about to host our own big show, podcast live show. So that's a big part we're working on. I have some new model agencies abroad in different countries. So I'm working on this. And mostly I'm always, you know, open for collab partners, for in general projects that come up, and just to do something new, to work with new clients. Yeah, that's something. I would say always be yourself. So something I would have wanted to hear from someone when I was younger would be that, especially as a woman, always you know, listen to your heart, do what makes you happy, but also always keep in mind that everything happens for a reason, and never give up on your dreams. I had to face a lot of no's in my career, like a lot of jobs that didn't work out, a lot of just yeah, like, you know, people declining me, whatever. And one thing that's so important, whenever there's a no, there's a yes somewhere else. And never stop believing in yourself, because just being you is your superpower. So that's what I always kept in mind during my career, or just like in general. And yeah, especially to young women or young girls who want to achieve big things, never stop, never give up, because there will be a time where everything makes sense. Yeah, that's my vision, message. Yeah.